I was sat in a restaurant with my mother, and we were waiting for ages after we'd finished, our dirty plates still in front of us, just waiting for someone to come take them away and bring us a check. And I'm looking around, and I'm trying to find the waitress who showed us in, and I see a woman who looks vaguely similar, and the minute I meet eye contact with her, she's coming back from sort of beside the restaurant. She smiles at me and sort of raises her eyebrows, and so I smile back. And then when she comes over, I'm like, excuse me, can we get... And she said, oh, I don't work here. I was like, oh, okay. And I just feel embarrassed for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
But then I think,
hang
on, what is she smiling at me for? What's that about?
What?
Hey, what? Hang on! Excuse me! Were you trying to do a sex on me? I just felt really embarrassed because from her perspective, it was like, hey, that guy is smiling at me. And, oh, he thinks I'm a waiter.
And you're like, hey, love, can you clear this shit up?
I don't work here. Yeah, I know. Clean it up.
Well, you should.
You look like you do, you fucking nerd.
You trollop.
You're right, Saw. What are you doing after this? What are you doing after your shift finishes? I don't work here!
You're feisty. I hate that.
I both like it and hate it. Hello, and welcome to One Good Thing, the podcast that always asks the butcher where the chocolate is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Okay. You will. You will. I'm Paul Will be. Doesn't make sense in this context, Yoda. Can't you do that? God, he's so shit now.
He jumped the shark around the same time that he jumped the shark with Jedi power. This isn't going anywhere.
I'm Paul, not going anywhere.
I'm the Christmas no one skipped.
We are only one episode away from episode 100, and I think that we had a movie in mind to watch as our penultimate movie this century.
Did we?
Some soul-sucking, mind-blasting piece of cynical shit that'll completely destroy our entire format and leave us broken men. But it's Christmas! So we thought that we would set aside the awful thing for the new year, just like taxes and Brexit, and instead help ourselves to one of the presents offered by our gentle listeners.
We will quit the vodka, but in January.
Yeah! Look, nobody quits something in December, obviously,
No.
so you might as well go double down.
I'm not gay. Yes, this recommendation comes fresh from the face of the Contrarians at Contrarian Prime. A tweet that came in when we were looking for recommendations in July.
Jesus Christ, that's a long waiting list.
I know. A question we always ask on our show is it worse than Christmas with the Kranks? That bit was in capital letters. Well, Contrarians, so called. You've just proven your name, really. Thanks.
Thanks, Contrarians. This was festive shit. It's Christmas with the Kranks.
For the Crank family,
Merry Christmas!
celebrating the holidays is everything. But this Christmas,
I love you!
their only daughter is leaving town.
Just won't be the same.
So Luther Crank got the bright idea to take a holiday
We go away on a cruise and go bask in the Caribbean sun.
from the holidays.
Well, what's the catch?
We skip Christmas.
We skip Christmas.
Away.
Isn't that against the law?
But in this town, skipping Christmas is going to be a little difficult.
Mom, Dad, I changed my mind and I'm coming home for Christmas.
We have only 12 hours.
We're about to have a Christmas homecoming for Blair. The people in the community stick together.
We're having a party. I'm getting the ham.
That ham is mine.
One man will discover
It's the greatest time of year, Luther.
that no matter how hard you try, you just can't
Try to relax, will you, Luther?
skip Christmas. Tim Allen,
I love you, Daddy.
Jamie Lee Curtis,
Maybe I was wrong about you.
Christmas with the Cranks.
That was the whole movie again. Why don't we just review trailers? Yes, we're going to review a terrible movie, and then Christmas song. Again.
That's what they love about us. They've been waiting all year. Finally, it's here, that thing we forgot.
Nobody stops mentioning it. I didn't mean that to be so labyrinthine. Yes, that's right. It's the 2004 festive fuck-up, directed by America's sweetheart, director Joe Roth, and written by Pixel's writer-director Chris Columbus.
Oh shit, yeah, he did He did the first Harry Potter films.
Yes, and he also directed Home Alone and Mrs. Doubtfire, and he wrote Gremlins.
No, he didn't.
So, that was a different man. That was before the actual Chris Columbus came in, killed him, and took over his skin.
Old travelly type Christopher Columbus, after he was done a killing, he said, "Nay, let it never be saideth upon these shores that a young Kevin McAllister type boyeth
couldn't fight off his oppressors and declare..." I need to go with George Washington is what I'm doing.
80.
Ask not what you might do for your country.
On this day that will live in infamy.
Because I have a dream.
Signed, Gandhi.
Oh, God. I wonder why we never found work as historians. But I guess there are worse people to write your Christmas movie. Perhaps John Grisham, who wrote the short story upon which this is very, very closely based.
Oh, fuck off.
It mentions Tim Allen and everything.
To my dear friend Tim.
This was for you, mate. Signed, Johnny. Johnny Grish. I think critics hope that the Grinch might steal this one.
Oh, nice.
Michael O'Sullivan, at the Washington Post, said it stinks like the unrefrigerated ham the studio sent me as a promotion several months ago. Yeah, it's a bad promotion. Don't send stinky unrefrigerated ham to people in the hopes that it will incline them towards your film.
Well, it might be misconstrued as a taunt, might it?
You hammy shit. Eat some ham, you ham.
You big porky bastard. Enjoy a film, you fuckface.
You fat fuck. I think I might have a theory as to why we got such bad reviews. It was all those cards you sent people with the stinking ham.
The ham cards. Yes, the ham cards, Barry.
The ham card incident, as it became to be known.
Hamgate. Can't just put gate after everything. It doesn't work like that. Actually, it does. It does now.
It literally does. Carla Mayer, writing for the San Francisco Chronicle, filled with overly processed situations it tries to sell with manic energy. Kranks is canned, hammy, and rolling as fast as it can. People aren't getting past the ham thing, John. Not going anywhere.
Unlike our hams. Did you see it? I did see it. I directed it. And honestly, you don't need to keep repeating everything I say. It's trite, Barry.
Who even are we in the fiction of this? What's my name?
They're a dream of Jake Gyllenhaal. Source code. Merry Christmas, everyone.
That's my one better thing. The public, meanwhile, seem possessed by the ghost of Christmas rubbish. Shane Rittersbach at Google said a highly underrated Christmas film that combines both clever comedy and warm-hearted holiday hijinks. That all adds up to a fun family film that we can all enjoy on a cold, snowy winter day.
Like a ham.
Like a ham! It'll keep you warm in the cold, and in the snowy, and in the winter day.
What's it after combining clever comedy with, what was the other thing?
Warm-hearted holiday hijinks.
Yeah, what did it do with it? Blast it into space.
It canned it, let it stew for a while, and then unleashed its fetid product upon an unsuspecting nation.
FedExed it to Kate Moore.
She'll deal with it. He finishes, "This Christmas, I plan on spending with the Kranks, and I hope you do too." 9 out of 10 stars. So not perfect. Very good, but he held back.
I mean, very good. That's very good.
He held that extra point back for Christmas with the Coopers. Pancake with Glasses, also on Google, said, "These people in this movie are insane. I feel bad for Tim Allen." Don't. You don't have to.
Maybe he didn't watch all of the film.
He's where he should be.
In some sort of Christmas bin.
I think that adequately describes the Tim Allen career. Except for every so often when he gets to go to the Pixar ranch. It's like, oh wow. Hey Tom Hanks. How are you getting on? Not bad, how about you? I'm in the Santa Claus 7. Sleigh Bells Ring.
I was in Toy Story 3, you know. Yeah, I know, Tim.
Sleigh Bells Bling.
It's Sleigh Bells Blingier
for the
that
kids.
Point. Yeah.
For the kids. They love it. Oh boy. Oh boy. They just keep coming.
Tim? His eyes are doing that thing again. Get the hose. Joan
Cusack is like behind him, like, is he gonna be okay? He'll be fine. Just get the space helmet on him. That always perks him up. Finally, Mabel Clark at Amazon.
It took a minute to hit, but got me just right, sir.
To infinity and beyond, Tim.
Yeah. Infinity and beyond.
More than a toy. Mabel Clark over at Amazon says, I bought this for me. I love this film. Not always on TV, so I want to keep it in my collection so I can see it every Xmas.
Never on TV.
I haven't watched it yet, so if there's anything wrong with it, I will amend my review. And then there is an edit a few hours later, and it's just the sound of a gunshot somehow.
He wrote it without words. And we felt it.
He expressed it somehow. The film has 5% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.3 on IMDb, and has Dan Aykroyd in it, making him a 3-man, thanks to Pearl Harbor and Pixels.
Oh, Christ.
The latter of which he appeared in briefly to flog wine or something.
His own vodka.
Yeah, that was it.
He combined his love of vodka and his belief in alien crystal skulls.
Yes, welcome to the 3-man, you crazy motherfucker.
You fucking shining lunatic.
Oh, free to a man, free in the bush, free, yo. Films are shit, mate.
Oh, and also M. Emmett Walsh, who was the train driver in Wild Wild West, the one who thought Kevin Kline and Will Smith was gay, which is great, and the terrifying doorman in At Long Last Love, who kept repeating that line to himself.
Oh, fucking hell!
Yeah.
That black stain on humanity. The human void.
The wrong'un who fucking trapped people. The person who used that hotel as a deaf hotel. Like H.H. Holmes.
Christ. Yeah. Well, you're done now, H. Emmett Walsh.
And that might be the record for the longest spanning 3-man career. He got one of his awards in 1975 and the last of them in 2004.
Wow, future's looking bright for Emmett Walsh.
The future's looking very bright for possibly dead Emmett Walsh. I'm pretty sure he's not, actually. I think he had a recent credit in something.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So there's still time to be a 5-man.
Oh, free to a man, free in the bush.
So, Paul, you sinister frosty.
Ho, ho, ho. Ham.
Ho, ham, ho. What's one thing about Christmas with the Kranks that made you want to escape the unearned scorn of characters that we were expected to sympathise with?
Well, the daughter has a bit of a Dominique Swain vibe about her, and I was very disappointed that it wasn't Dominique Swain. But I did get to think very briefly about Dominique Swain.
I would like you to define and use in a sentence Dominique Swain.
I really enjoyed the bit in Face Off where Dominique Swain stuck a knife in John Travolta's thigh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This episode is slightly different for me than other episodes, in as much as I watched it with my loving family, who were only so happy to watch it with me.
We're now at 35. You told me it was 75.
I believed it was 70.
Should we just stop watching after 70?
And, I recorded some of the results, so we'll have that peppered throughout. My joyous family viewing experience.
Who love me.
Lucy, get in here. Sit down.
Oh, it's that.
Yeah.
No, it's alright.
Nope, you gotta watch it.
No, it's alright.
You gotta.
She doesn't want to. Let her go into work final. I don't see why she should be subjected to it.
I don't see why she should be let off.
Who still love me.
I think that, at this stage, is very much beyond doubt. So, Paul, what happens in this family favourite?
Oh, well. Wellity.
Well, then.
It starts with... You've got Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis in this. We haven't mentioned her yet.
Oh, yeah, Jamie Lee.
Yeah. You're in this. You can't not be. They are driving their not-Dominique Swain daughter to the airport. To airport. Because she's flying off to South America. To Peru, to be specific.
Yes, to take part in some sort of Peace Corps. How come there's so many peaceful organisations that have vaguely militaristic sort of connotations? You've got the Peace Corps. You've got, what's it called? The Salvation Army.
Salvation Army.
Yeah. You've got those guys, what are they called? The Happiness Pirates.
Yeah. And the Nice Guy Navy.
In the Navy.
It's just Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. I hate this contract.
This is the most contrived promotion for this. How are we still at sea? This is awful. The film is years ago.
It's not even a thing. The Nice Guy Navy.
Russell.
Why is this happening?
Russell, have you scrubbed the poop deck? I've scrubbed the fucking poop deck. Okay, there's not much else to do on this submarine.
She is going to Peru because she's in the Peace Corps and she got lumped to bloody Peru to build huts or some shit for poor people.
Yep. And she's got a rifle slung over her shoulder and she's she's ready to go.
She's going to make everything peaceful again. And Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis interchange marital roles about 16 times before we even get to the shop where Tim Allen has to go and buy white chocolate and pistachios. And then he forgets the white chocolate.
He can't find it.
He goes in and gets the nuts.
He can't find it.
You didn't get the white chocolate. Did you talk to Rex?
Who's Rex?
The butcher.
As odd as it sounds, I didn't think of asking the butcher where the chocolate was. But I will. Thank you. I'll go talk to Rex right now.
He is also offered by an umbrella by an unimportant character we won't have to worry about again.
Yeah, fuck him. It's raining. It's great.
It's raining really bad. He gets really wet, and he does, oh fuck, you know what?
Oh, what?
You know what? Oh, God.
No, what?
There's a bit where he stands underneath one of those awnings. So he's dry, right? You're underneath an awning. You're going to stay dry.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the thing of an awning. You're going to stay dry.
It's the roof of the sky.
Yeah, it's the roof of the sky, and you're going to stay dry under that. Yeah. But this particular awning...
No, wait.
Yeah, it tears.
Wait. Fuck off.
It comes off, and he gets extra wet.
No, wait. How extra?
The opposite.
How extra wet, Paul?
He gets so wet. He's sopping.
Fuck.
That's so funny, Paul. It's so funny, and my family fucking loved it.
It's becoming a bit much, isn't it?
At the 5-minute mark.
Oh, meanwhile, Jamie Lee Curtis is looking through the camera that she's got of all the lovely pictures of her daughter taken earlier that day.
Last minute.
Those are the only pictures she has.
Yeah. She's a last minute mum.
Why didn't I take any pictures throughout your childhood?
Put her in a Gary Marshall film. They go home and continue to have more pleasant comedy misunderstandings until the best one yet. You know they're married.
Yeah.
Well, they only have sex once a week. And Tim Allen, he comes in with a boom box and a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
And Jamie Lee Curtis goes, "Oh yeah, sex time."
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's not even Saturday night. Make sure you shut the curtains.
She's into this. This must be typical Tim Allen foreplay.
Not his character, not Luther Crank.
Is it sex night? I'll go put on the Hawaiian t-shirt and shades.
It's another round of TAF. Tim Allen foreplay, everyone. Ding ding.
Tim Allen fucking. It's your turn to fuck Tim Allen tonight. Oh.
It's always my turn. Wife of Tim Allen.
I'm just saying it never seems to be anyone else's turn.
Christ. It's so fucking good, Paul, because it's not actually sex is what's going to happen. It's not that. Yeah. Tim Allen's got a crazy idea and the boombox in the Hawaiian shirt didn't give it away.
Well, yes, before this, he did go to his office. There was a weird energy to him being in the office. Like, everyone kept looking at him like, ooh, what's he doing? And it's like, what? We don't know what he does. Yeah. So, is this unusual? He's typing on a calculator a lot. Yeah. Is that not his job? What's happening? Why is everybody so weird?
He's a blacksmith. He's the porn king of California.
You should never be crunching numbers. Porn kings do nothing but crunch numbers. How many butts do we have this week?
3. Oh no.
Oh, I better calculate.
What's 3 divided by 57 penises? Never gonna make this work.
Abby, you're in for a hell of a week. Abby's in the corner, just crosses her arms like, oh. Not again, Tim Allen, porn king. Yeah, but what he turns out is he's not doing his work. He's instead working out how much Christmas cost them to celebrate last year, which everybody else just sensed. Maybe because he was screaming throughout.
He's wearing his Buzz Lightyear helmet.
I'm a good actor. He worked out that it cost $6,000 and some dollars to do a Christmas. I mean, they put the same decorations up every year. They've got them all in the basement. What are they spending this on?
Hookers. Some festive Christmas hookers.
If we just skip 7 of the 10 Christmas hookers, the 12 days of Christmas hookers, on the first day of Christmas hookers, my Tim Allen gave to me a black girl with a strap on. So, yes, he suggests that they skip Christmas.
Yeah. No, says Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes.
They're going to go on a cruise instead. Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah.
And save $3,000.
$3,000?
The only stipulation is that they still have to give money to charity, which apparently in the book he argued about. I don't remember him arguing about giving money to charity in this.
He did.
He did? Oh, wonderful.
Well, we can still give Our charitable donations to Children's Hospital and of course, the church.
No, this is a total boycott, honey. Total.
It's $600, Luther.
It's a total boycott. I'm afraid that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh. And no.
I wonder if that's going to get him in fucking trouble more later on.
Can't see that backfiring.
Him just arbitrarily rejecting everything to do with Christmas rather than the actual point he's trying to make.
No, can't see that. Anyway, he eventually relents because he does really want that fucking holiday. We'll give $600 to the paws and the povs. So, I love you, Tim Hallen. Hallen husband? So, yeah, I love you too, whoever you are.
Tim Helen Mirren.
So they begin the clinical business of extricating themselves from Christmas.
The clerical business of shooting everyone in the room in a blackout. Dan. Yes, at this point, unfortunately, his cartoon neighbours, two of whom are three-men, start to notice that he's not celebrating Christmas as he should be.
And that's it. That is it.
Yeah, here's the movie. Yeah. Let me see if I have any jokes, and then we can just stop.
Oh, no, I meant that's the line. That's the last straw, everyone. Dan Aykroyd loves this neighbourhood.
I thought you meant that's the movie.
No, but it is also the movie, everyone. You are right in that, sir.
The focus becomes Frosty the Snowman, which is a giant ornament that they have in their basement, which Dan Aykroyd, the authority of this town?
I'd appreciate if you and everyone else around here would just respect my wishes.
Whatever you say, Luther. Laura Crank! We're here for Frosty!
He loves this neighbourhood. He'd do anything for it. Not just let Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis do whatever they want. But he'd do anything for it.
He would sacrifice his Malcolm in the Middle son, if need be.
Yeah. Which is Dewey, by the way, and not Malcolm.
Or the one who's now a Scientologist.
Oh, great.
It's, oh, wait, he might be one of them. I know Francis is, which is very surprising. I don't know about the others. I think maybe Malcolm is. I think a surprising number of that cast. You know what? I heard that all the Malcolm in the Middle kids are now Scientologists.
Police come around to...
The police who are Cheech Marin
and Jake Busey.
Is that us from Cheech and Chong?
Yeah, it is.
What's in this shit, man?
Mostly Maui Wowie, man.
Yeah?
But it's got some Labrador in it.
What's Labrador?
It's dog shit.
What?
Yeah, my dog ate my stash, man. I had it on the table and the little motherfucker ate it, man.
Yeah?
So I had to follow him around the little baggie for 3 days before I got it back. It really blew the dog's mind.
You mean we're smoking dog shit, man?
To sell their Christmas calendar to help fund the police orgies or something. And he says, no, it's saving money. Not at all. Okay, well, okay. You're an arsehole. So then the next scene, the guy comes around selling a Christmas tree, and he's got a really lovely one for Tim Allen, and it's to help fund the Boy Scouts. That old institution. And Tim Allen says, shit off, you twit.
Yes. Oh, incidentally, my mother had a good point to make about the calendars.
Well, not just skipping Christmas, it's skipping the whole of the next year.
Guess so.
They'll just get a different calendar that helps no one. They'll get the most corporate bullshit they can find.
They'll get it February 2nd. January's going to be a crazy one. Watch out, Abby.
That was meant to be the sequel.
My poor butt, says Abby.
As mentioned earlier, they want to get Frosty out of the basement,
yeah.
But it's not just about the money apparently anymore, because you've got to make the film more of something.
More hilarious? Well, they sent carolers next. They sent carolers to sing outside the house. And at this point, I just have to remark, they could legitimately just tell them all to go away. They could genuinely just go out and say, could you stop singing in front of my house, please? And they'd have to go.
Yeah, but Jem could have told the holograms that it wasn't her fault.
You see? Hitchcock said, Jem...
Hitchcock, yeah.
If Jem had gone to the holograms, it would have been boring.
If Jem would have gone to the holograms. Fucking trust me.
Riveting drama. I'm Nixon as well.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Creepy. It's like Village of the Damned.
It is, isn't it?
We also didn't mention that they also throw the Christmassiest party
the crispiest Christmas party.
And there's ham and there's a tree and there's some other shit. The kind of stuff that wouldn't interest us at all with a Christmas party.
Dan Aykroyd.
Good Christian cheer. And Dan Aykroyd. And his crystal skulls.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Dan's here, everyone.
A couple more
and
things.
He brought his Casio keyboard.
A couple more things. First of all, Tim is experiencing workplace abuse because of his decision to not celebrate Christmas. People are being shitty to him in his workplace.
Yeah.
Fuck off, all of you.
All he wants to say to everyone is, we're spending Christmas in Jamaica.
Yeah.
No, we're skipping Christmas.
Yeah.
And then they go in order to get a spray tan. And there's some hilarious japes.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh,
What, hang on, they're in the tanning salon.
Yeah.
Who would be the worst person to meet? Would it be a mechanic?
Yeah, they run into a mechanic and he's in overalls and he's all greasy and they're in their bikinis and it's just, it's terribly awkward. It's a priest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A huge crowd of people appear behind the priest. And I think this is also where I've written the note, fuck off, all of you. Go the fuck away. And somebody takes a picture and this becomes front page news in this awful town.
Is it ever established what town it is? Because I reckon we should just bomb it.
Start again. This is like Salem.
God was wrong, everyone.
My next note is cancer now? Seriously?
Yeah, she has cancer.
A neighbour has cancer, not...
Yeah.
Yeah.
She?
I
believe I was quite clear.
Emmett Walsh's wife, this is.
Yeah. Not Felicity Huffman, who's also in this film.
So
there's that. That's just reminding me of the fact that the aunt from Sabrina the Teenage Witch is in this.
Yes, I noticed her.
That's
Aunt Hilda.
Great, isn't it? Yeah.
Zelda
awesome.
Zelda was better than this.
It really is, at that point, straw dogs at Christmas.
Yes, it really is. They keep appearing outside the house. They keep appearing in windows. Tim Allen starts doing siege tactics, like freezing his front driveway so that people won't be able to walk up and ring the doorbell. He comes home to 5 dead mailmen.
It's a price worth paying.
The post office just kept sending them.
So expendable.
One'll get through.
We need
For the dead loyal servicemen. Willem Dafoe as a postman, slipping to his knees.
Tim Allen's just laughing in slow motion. Then Jamie Lee Curtis has some proper... She forgets she's not in a horror film from the 80s.
I mean, it's easy for her to forget that. Is it The Fog again? Terror Train? Oh no. It's still Christmas with the Kranks.
It's Tim Allen. So it really hits critical mass with everybody really thinking that Tim Allen is the shittest human that has ever existed. And Tim Allen's doing a pretty good job of backing that up, but for different reasons.
Yes.
And then, oh no! They get a phone call.
Why does the cat get frozen?
Because cats conduct water. Everyone knows this, Paul.
Oh no! Oh my god, he deserved to die. I haven't done that to a cat.
Fuck, well, it's at the point when I see a CGI cat that I think, oh, it is a Chris Columbus film. No worries there. Oh no, I'm thinking of Barry Sonnen cat. Oh well, this guy's also a cat. Fuck him. Yes, it turns out Blair, whose name I remembered, Tony Blair, is coming back.
From his trial.
And he's bringing his Puerto Rican boyfriend with him.
Yeah.
So they all need to get ready. I don't think he's from Puerto Rico, but they need to get ready. And they need to do a Christmas.
Oh no, how are they going to do that? They've alienated everyone.
Oh no, they've spent all their goodwill.
So that's where the comedy's coming from for the next hour.
Yeah.
I'm desperately trying to get together. Ooh, decorations.
Look at the mishaps.
Oh, there'll be so many mishaps. We'll be falling over.
Yes. I don't think she's coming back.
He chases a child down the street and convinces him to help him transport his neighbour's tree from his house to his house. Just work out the hisses from where I put them in the sentence. Yeah, he did ask permission first.
He did from him, and it's been established, by the way, that no one is willing to help him or her.
Yeah.
They are out on a limb on their own. Fuck you very much, Tim Allen.
Yeah, fuck Tim Allen.
What's with the American accent? The Americans are like that. What, red? Yeah. They're very like the Koreans.
What? What's that about Koreans?
As they're taking the tree from one house to another, and whilst Jamie Lee Curtis is trying to get a ham, she fails and he fails. They both fail. The police show up. Dewey fucking vanishes completely from the movie for several minutes. Tim Allen's about to get arrested, then Dewey just shows up and fixes it because, fuck it. I can't remember if he was a genius or not in that show. Who cares?
You wouldn't want any attention, so it's fine. So they're back to where they started 15 minutes earlier.
Yeah. And
they've still got all the problem of the second half of the film to sort out.
Yeah.
Does that chick still have cancer?
They're trying to set up a party at short notice, and Jamie Lee Curtis, whilst trying to buy a ham, invited a creepy old man she'd never met before to come to the party.
You just got a good feeling off of it. Tim Allen gets up onto the roof to try and finally put Frosty up there because he feels bad, and he puts a noose around the neck of Frosty, and as he's dragging it up, we all know what's going to happen, don't we? The crowd's forming. There's the noose around his neck. Tim Allen falls off the thing, and Frosty smashes on the floor.
Yeah. It smashes on the floor. Dan Aykroyd and his deeply unsettling fucking family come out and ask what's going on. They come in and they say, look, we'll help you organise a party at short notice. We'll use our incredibly small police force to distract your daughter. Incredibly against procedure and any sense of authority. But don't worry, I've got something on the captain of the police force.
Yeah. He's into crystal skulls too.
I can expose that we're friends. He won't have that.
Fuck.
I'll do anything, please.
Oh my god, we've got about 40 minutes left. Oh, you're joking. That can't be true.
So yeah, they go off and do that, and not before shaming Tim Allen in front of the entire community.
But we're a community, and the people in a community stick together, even if one of them has been behaving for most of the holiday season like a spoiled, selfish little baby. We're not doing this for him. We're doing this for Blair.
Because he is shit. But for his lovely daughter, Dominique Swain, and her beautiful new El Salvadorian boyfriend.
Yeah.
Is there any particular reason why they can't tell their daughter the truth? Because you weren't going to be here, we decided to go on a cruise instead. Unfortunately, that is the answer.
They do hold the party and people start showing up. The pervert who they've invited instantly recognises the priest, which amuses me. Oh god, when you know who he is, him recognising the priest is very weird. Oh well. I've just made the note. They are police, aren't they?
They are, yeah. They pick up Dominique Swain and Enrique from Bolivia, and they take him on a circuitous route home. And they solve a crime. Never mind, there's 25 minutes left of the film, everyone. They tackle a guy for breaking into someone's house. And then they just leave him in the back of the car while they get those great kids to the bloody party.
Yeah, so to just sum up the fucking plot threads that are in the air at the moment, we have a mysterious stranger wandering around this party. We have a possessed Frosty that keeps doing weird shit. And now we have a criminal in this fucking party now, because Dewey lets him into the party. And also a cancer subplot. Don't worry, Chris Columbus has got this. Fuck me.
He got this from the back of a van, already written. Basically, everything's going very well, and Tim Allen they all give toasts, and does Dan Aykroyd do a great one?
Yes, and... Tim Aykroyd does a great one. And Tim Lee Curtis, she does a pretty good one too. But then it's time for Jamie Lee Dan Allen to do his. Yeah. And he just says, well, she said, and leaves.
Double.
And everyone's like, oh, I know he didn't want to be here. Yeah. I know he really didn't want to do any of this Christmas stuff, and he's done it just for his daughter. But he might have shown a bit more enthusiasm.
Yeah. Might have put his fucking balls into it. But he didn't. It's spent himself already on the cruise. On the mere thought, the mere whiff of the cruise. And he's empty. His ball bags are empty now. So he drags them off to a separate room and drinks a bottle of wine like a moody, as if Toy Story 4 wasn't happening. And then...
Which at the time, it looked like it might not. It's been a long time since that last Toy Story sketch. If only we could have told him. Just hang out till 2010. You'll be okay. Mate.
Dan Aykroyd had a good feeling about his skull, and he led Tim Allen to believe that 4, 5, and 6 are in the works. And Jamie Lee Curtis says, come on, Tim. I know you had your sights set on reuniting with Tom and that guy from Cheers for a 4th time. But get over it, for fuck's sake, Tim. You make me sick. Look at me. I'm the Halloween girl. I was in True Lies in Halloween. And in 10 years' time, I might be in another one. I don't know. None of us know.
I can't remember if I've been killed at this point. When was Resurrection?
I don't know. I don't care. But we all just have to get on with it, all right? So get back in there and just say something nice to our stupid daughter and her creepy boyfriend. And he says, no, I'm going to go and stand in the snow instead.
He goes and stands in the snow, and whilst he's there, he thinks, the train driver from Wild Wild West, he's had a hell of a year. I think what I'll do is I'll go give him my ham. That's the most valuable thing I have right now that he could really make use of. And he goes over there and he gives him the fucking ham. Yeah. And it's like, well, we really don't want this. Oh, what are you, a film critic? And then he's going to walk away. And then, having walked away and seeing his family nicely illuminated around a singing Dan Aykroyd. Nicely illuminated around a singing Dan Aykroyd. And whereas most of our thoughts would be, Jesus Christ, I have to get them away from him. He instead takes this as a cue to think, I should give those old fucks the cruise that I had planned. Including the boogie board session that I've booked and is mandatory. And the scuba diving period. Because he really does hate him. He just doesn't want to see him ever again. He figures this ought to fucking do it.
And it does, by the looks of it. They
kills them both.
Yeah, they take it, but none of it feels good. None of that scene feels good. Like anybody got what they wanted out of it.
I didn't purchase the travel insurance, so if you don't take it, the whole package is wasted.
I'm not sure my doctor would allow it.
I've got that Lexon Dio on a front burner.
Oh, Benny said he might stop by tomorrow.
Yeah. And we couldn't leave the cat.
This is from us to you. This is a sincere, heartfelt, no-strings-attached Christmas offering.
Because it feels like Tim Allen pushes everything on them. She's very frail. Her cancer has returned.
Doctors! She needs doctors. Not how's the medical assistance on this cruise? You know what? You were meant to spend $6,000 on Christmas, and you spent $3,000 on a cruise. How about you give them the other $3,000?
Yeah,
that you can obviously afford.
It's expensive. Not rely on the medical prowess of the HMS Titty.
As it is actually called. And also, they then sort of give him the cat. It's like, who's going to look after our beloved cat, our CGI cat? Who incidentally Tim Allen hates. He's been having a Norbit-style face-off with this fucking cat throughout the whole thing. And he's like, I'll take the cat. And it's like, you might want to leave the cat with someone who doesn't fucking hate it. And who
Dan Aykroyd.
And who it doesn't hate. Dan Aykroyd!
Yeah.
He's always looking to get up in everyone's business. At which point he leaves this nightmare situation and goes back across the street and notices that the thief is coming out the window. But it's okay, because a guy dressed as Santa hits him over the head.
Yeah.
Turns out that guy dressed as Santa was the mysterious stranger and the cancer subplot. And he he says to Tim Allen, I told you might need an umbrella. I don't.
I mean, you just did it.
Oh. Anyway, I'm Santa Claus. Bye.
Yeah.
And,
I might have fancied your daughter. Who knows?
What did you say? I might have what? Your daughter?
Fancied.
Okay. I just fucked your daughter. Bye. Oh my god. What's wrong with Santa?
So Tim Allen has learned nothing. And Dan Aykroyd has learned nothing, except that he's right.
Jamie Lee Curtis comes out to tell him that he's great and selfless and brilliant, which is entirely unearned.
True, yeah.
True. Empirically incorrect.
Yeah. Then Enrique comes out and says, hey everyone, I'm pregnant. And we pan away and we see that every house within a square country has a glowing frosty on their roof. And Christmas is celebrated by literally everyone.
Uniformly.
Even the Muslims.
There was meant to be a Jewish family around the corner, but don't worry, we fixed them.
Let's just say we ghettoized their situation.
Let's just say... Actually, no, I don't want to make any of those jokes.
Let's just say we're not going to say any more.
Let's literally just say that.
And then it's implied that creepy guy that fucked Dominique Swain is actually Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Because he flies off in that car pulled by reindeer.
Yeah, brilliant.
No wonder he speaks Spanish. He speaks Spanish, that was part of it.
Oh, yeah, that's it. And he knew the priest because Santa.
Yeah.
You don't look happy, man. Is it officially a children's film? Yes. I mean...
Skipping Christmas. What a stupid idea.
Now, okay, that's the film. Paul, before we get into our opinions...
It was shit.
Yeah, it was shit. Okay. There is a tremendous amount of boring information about the production of this film out there. And I feel like...
Get into it then.
It's a lot of it. And I've picked out some highlights. Firstly, from the people involved. So Joe Roth, the director, says, It turns out that I was actually getting ready to direct another project. But when I read Chris's script, I knew I had to at least try to direct it. And try he did. I had to give it a fucking go. No guarantees. I said it.
I said, Chris, this is terrible, and it's most likely going to be total shitwank. However,
I've got to get my name on it.
However, yes, 1,000 times yes, sweet prince.
I'm your man. Producer Michael Barnafan said Joe read the script on a Sunday, brought it in on Monday, decided he wanted to direct it on Tuesday, and by Friday he had cast Tim Allen. So it went south really quickly.
Oh God! Incidentally, he's also completely unemployed and homeless, and he has no clothes.
He's Rennie Harlan. We love him.
Yeah, in reverse.
Oh God! They tried to find a boring suburban neighborhood to film this fucking thing in, but were unable to find something with the right weather conditions, and so they built their own 16-house set.
Whoa!
I'm gonna quote Wikipedia here. In the next 12 weeks, hundreds of carpenters, plasterers, and painters had built what would become the largest exterior set ever for a movie. A claim that is thankfully completely unsubstantiated.
Oh.
I can't find any source that says Christmas with the Kranks is one of the largest sets ever made for a movie.
Oh, good. Well, let's just go with it then.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the housing crisis waged on. I'm going to read this bit just straight from the Wikipedia. It's pertaining to the houses thing, because I can't make this any funnier than it is. And it's Michael Barnafan again. The guy's a comedy genius. Michael Barnafan claimed that the set would later be available to other movies, TV series, and commercials to use. However, due to both health complaints from the locals over toxic residues and a lack of profit, the studio closed in 2012 and was raised to build a mall.
Oh.
Toxic residue? What do they make it out of? Is toxic residue the sassy way the locals have of referring to the film? Too much toxic residue coming off that set. Look, and they just hold up a box set of Christmas with the Kranks movies.
And then die. Explode inside out. It looks like a fucking street. Just, why did they do that?
Why build the whole thing? It's like finding out that Shyamalan built that entire motel.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing special about it to imply that you wouldn't have been able to find this anywhere in America.
Yeah.
Go to my street. I'm not in America, but I've got a lot of big houses.
Yeah. There is definitely an easier way of doing that. How ambitious. How needlessly ambitious. But, I mean, kudos for the ambition.
I guess, yeah.
It's nice to aim big, but when you aim big, you need other things big.
16 houses! How many... You spend the whole movie in the Kranks house. I think there's one shot in Dan Aykroyd's house.
And that other guy whose tree he took.
Yeah. I genuinely think we've now listed all the shots. Oh, Emmett Walsh. He has to have a living.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. It doesn't even look like a
4,
good
mate.
street. Oh.
Well, I mean, it just looks like any fucking... It looks like the American Beauty Street. Just use that one. Just use it. Just
surely.
Fake snow.
Yeah,
probably.
Fake snow. Pumping that out. It's surely got to be easier and more cost-effective than building a street.
So you've got the street, and that's great. It looks gorgeous. You spent weeks building it. You've employed so many people. You did a really good job.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do what you said you were going to do and mix the script in with the cement and portion it out to all the 16 houses? Yeah, I did. Oh, great. What are we going to do with the film? Tim Allen. Tim Allen, baby.
Look, sweetie. I don't know if you've seen any of the Santa Claus movies, but when you hire Tim Allen, you don't got to do anything else. He takes care of it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're going to know what I mean by the end of this production.
I promise you're going to know what I mean.
And Chris Columbus slides his finger into Joe, what's his name?
Felicity Huffman.
He slides his finger into Joe Roth's mouth and just says, I'll take care of it.
When a Chris Columbus and a Joe Roth love each other very much, a Tim Allen is born to wrought havoc and destruction.
So, the film is shit, and I feel like the problem with it is Tim Allen is in the right. He has every right to not buy into this capitalist, wasteful nonsense. But he himself is so unsympathetic.
Yes.
Due to this sheer aggression with which he challenges his horrible neighbours.
Yeah.
There's no likeable character in this. Maybe Jamie Lee Curtis, but she herself, also has these terrible double standards of constantly being... You know what she has? She has typical comedy straight woman condition, in which the writer can't decide if she's the stick in the mud or the accomplice.
She's a very unchallenging film mum, I think.
Yeah.
As well.
You know what? You know what would have been good is if the story had happened with Modern Family, and it was like Julie Bowen's character in the Jamie Lee Curtis role, because she would be the instigator. She'd be the Tim Allen of the situation.
Yeah.
With Phil sort of dragged along. Fuck, that'd be quite good.
Email him.
Ah, well.
Go on, I'll wait.
Let me just get the 3 acts in place. Okay, yeah, I see how that would turn out. Yeah,
Nice.
it's just rubbish characters all over the place. Who is Dan Aykroyd? What's his problem?
What's his fucking problem?
What's his fucking problem? In the books. This was a series of books.
The saga.
In the 3rd book of the franchise.
Yeah.
The reason everybody's so pissed at them is because there's a Hot Fuzz style best decorated neighborhood competition that they're trying to win. And so the Kranks are letting the side down. I don't know what the prize is. It's probably just some... It's the cancer treatment for that chick. So it really is quite high. It's quite fraught, really.
Healthcare's fucked in America.
How is this working? Also, Lacey Chabert's going to get a scholarship if they pass. So, oh, fuck me. It's just...
I mean,
it's just dumb.
What is the message? What's the message of the film?
Well...
Is it the tallest poppy gets cut down? Don't stand out.
Yeah, I guess so, but... He's not even the tallest, he's just the stinkiest. But I think the film would be much more spiritually satisfying if they had completely failed to reassemble Christmas in the 3rd act. Because they've spent all of their money and their goodwill, their neighbours hate them. Like The Simpsons, where everybody thinks that they faked the tree thing. Yeah, they've wasted everything, but the daughter is coming home. And they have a great Christmas anyway because it's them together. It's coming together on Christmas that matters, and they're in a completely stark house with no decorations, that shitty tree that he picked up is in the corner with maybe like a bow around it, and it's quite funny because they tried to make it look nice, which we didn't see. And it's shit, but they're having fun because Christmas is about families coming together, and that's what Tim Allen was overlooking. The fact that there is a heart beneath the wrapping. Which all of the neighbours are neglecting too because they're obsessed with the wrapping. And so the movie's message is, you don't need the wrapping to have a good Christmas. But this movie is, there is only the wrapping. You need all that shit.
And don't you dare fuck with the community, because they will fuck you.
It's like that, but it's also very much like Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas. It's the materialistic message that you must have the eggnog, Paul. Have the eggnog, otherwise you're not properly celebrating Christ. Only... In this one, Kirk Cameron is replaced by a neighborhood.
Spearheaded by Dan Aykroyd. It's just the Kirk Cameron scoffing and laughing to himself and shaking his head when somebody tries to have, someone presents a reasonable argument for skipping Christmas.
You're all wrong there, Tim Allen. You're all wrong. What do you mean, Dan Aykroyd? All of it. All of what you said. It's all wrong. But I said a lot. Yep. It's all wrong.
It's so patronising, and it does not help that it snowballs subplots come the 3rd act. There's just so much going on, and the whole premise of the film, this straw dogs type war they're engaged in, is thrown completely out the window 45 minutes into the film when the daughter comes home, and then it's like father of the bride. Yeah, Steve Martin suddenly going, "Oh my God, we've got to have a family thing," and then all of that, and then you got Santa Claus, and then you've got the criminal, and it's just so much, and none of it is good. Also, your fix was better than my fix. All I came up with was Assault on Precinct 13 ending.
Well, they just fucking kill everyone.
Yeah.
It could work. Fuck it. Yeah, it's a movie with a bad message, and crucially, it's not funny. You could get away with this premise, with this exact plot, if it was funny. It's very bland humor. It's Jamie Lee Curtis is naked in front of a priest.
No way.
This was too much a part of just the fact that this neighborhood is so awful for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to sort of think, oh, here's the priest, that's funny, he's just meaning well. And the fact that they all come to her. Like, again, I don't know why I'm so into Modern Family in this episode. There's an episode where...
Good thing. Good show.
It's a good thing. Julie Bowen is stuck on an escalator, I think, with her... She's wearing just lingerie beneath her coat, and I think the coat is stuck in the escalator. And just increasingly awful people keep showing up in the situation that they can't get rid of. And she's just stuck standing there. But she's out in public. The priest has to come into the tanning salon in order to accost Jamie Lee Curtis. And it's just part of the creepy invasiveness of this neighborhood that I hate, that people just keep coming up and staring in their windows and singing at them.
And again, we're back to this whole thing. If that's the theme that you're going for, then you really can't have them be the heroes that come to everybody's rescue. Yeah. Even though he has behaved for most of the holiday like a spoiled, selfish baby.
Fuck off, Dan Aykroyd. I reject any film in which Dan Aykroyd is meant to be the moral authority. Even Ghostbusters knew that he was a lovable oaf. Should we just quickfire?
Yeah.
Quickfire. The car splashing the puddle that then hits Tim Allen was quite good. He very carefully steps over the puddle, and then the car just sort of splashes it and gets him all wet anyway. That was quite good. The timing on it was good. This is one of those horrible comedy movies where the soundtrack is trying way too hard to make everything zany.
It's garbage. There was just something so awful and melancholy about that opening shot where the camera pans into the room and they're just sitting in bed in silence waiting for the alarm to go off before getting out of bed. Not sleeping or trying to, not reading, not holding hands, just staring. I thought, maybe if it's going to be this kind of film, get on board.
I do like the premise. I like the idea of Christmas costs too much, so let's skip it, and then the impact of doing so. But it didn't go far enough, I feel, in either direction. Either you play this deadpan and show all the sort of awkward interactions, or you do super comedic and super silly. Yeah. But it hit a middle ground that was very dissatisfying. But I do like the premise. Yeah. Let's call it Tim Allen. Oh, I like the idea that they actually do show a couple of times the economic impact of skipping Christmas. Like, there is an economy that they're not participating in, and a lot of little businesses that depend upon Christmas for extra money in order to get, into the black. And I like the fact that they did explore that a little bit in, like, some of the neighbors who came for money. The police who come, who were trying to sell calendars, they might have taken it better. But the little kid selling Christmas trees is understandable, at least.
Yeah, the police maybe shouldn't have then vowed to make his life hell.
Yeah.
And be like, can't wait to arrest you. But
a lot of things can happen on Christmas night, can't they? A lot of kneecaps get broken.
Yeah, by police. When Tim Allen comes back and tries to explain why he doesn't have the white chocolate, it's such a great scene, this. Jamie Lee Curtis just has this just awful gaping stare that is very film wife. And it's very stereotypical, but she does deliver it with such approbation. and disdain for Tim Allen's whole existence.
Oh, Tim Allen's on the phone. And as he's talking, he's getting a little flustered, and the phone slips out of his hand and directly into his top pocket.
Yeah.
It's quite neat. I don't know if it was by accident, but it was good.
Craftsman like Tim, forget about it. There is one scene framed entirely around his gut, which I think is a nice subversion of the usual the Zack Snyder shot.
His impact on cinema.
Tim Allen or Zack Snyder?
But everything. The cinematic tour de force that is Tim Snyder. I like the fact that when Dan Aykroyd is intimidating the wife and holding onto her window, running down the street with her, after he falls off, the gloves remain comically stuck out of the window at a really funny angle. Like they're directly forward. Yes. And that's vaguely amusing. That's enough.
The cat takes an enjoyable swipe at Tim Allen. It's CGI, but it's a good arsehole cat move to make.
No,
She really hates Tim Allen. Every cat we get on to set. Let's try another one. Oh, okay, how about this one? No, still the same. Swipes.
They've just got a row of cats that they keep bringing on. This one? No, and they just crumple it up and throw it in a bin. Well, here's a saucy comment for you.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, typical lad, Paul. Hey, come on now.
You do make him.
Tell you what, that Jamie Lee Curtis, though. Still looks pretty good in a bikini.
Still pretty good in a bikini.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Good.
In front of my family.
Can we have a sample of that, please?
Paul!
Sorry, Mother. Did you just whisper not before saying sorry, Mother? No. You just did it again.
What's wrong with you,
Not
son?
no.
Why don't I... You're not even whispering anymore. Not what? What?
Not.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving, Paul. I'm getting a divorce. Me, your mum. When Dan Aykroyd is caroling with the carolers. And he's joined in their singing of Jingle Bells. And it's the line, "Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh." And then he just goes, "Hey!" Just shouts it really aggressively, like like fucking Peter Mullen was in this film.
There are similarities. Well, speaking of that moment, I really like the moment where they're in the room, and I didn't know where the scene was going, which I think is why it made me laugh. Jamie Lee Curtis is knitting, and she bends down to pick up something, and as she comes back up, that horrible woman's face is just in the window.
Yeah.
And I think it generally made me go, ah!
Now, Paul, we haven't spoken about the scene where Tim Allen gets Botox injections.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
And it's simultaneously the worst thing and also an okay thing. The cut to him with Botox, which I think it ends with one scene of Jamie Lee Curtis saying Luther or honey? Luther. Luther. Anyway,
Yeah.
And then it cuts to him and he's got Botox and it's comically terrible.
Yeah.
He has sort of diagonal eyebrows and the cut wasn't funny, but it was awful. Props for awfulness. Anyway, when they're in the hospital canteen and I think they're both eating little fruit pots, they're talking and Tim finally takes a mouthful of fruit and it immediately slops out the side of his face. And that really made me laugh. The next 10 times that happened.
Diminishing returns.
Yes.
I love the fact that he still went to the effort of tying that tree to his roof, even though it was shit and tiny and could have easily gone inside of the car. But he still tied it to the roof because that's what you do with a Christmas tree. Yeah, that was amusing.
The cut from JLC screaming, no, 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 when her ham has been crushed under the weight of a truck, to Tim Allen in the back of a police car quietly going, no, no, no. That was a nice little... What?
I think a cut.
It's like a cut. It's a cut.
Yeah.
That's a cut.
I like the really dynamic shot of that ham getting crushed because it's got Jamie Lee Curtis in the scene with the ham getting squashed. Like she's there as it's getting crushed, quite close to where it's happening. So it's a dynamic shot. I like the fact that Tim Allen put a noose around Frosty's neck to get him on the roof. That was quite amusing to me. I wasn't expecting a misunderstanding with the neighbours. I thought that was just the way in which he had to get Frosty on the roof. Okay. And so he had decided to do it as a noose because he fucking hates this thing.
I see where they were going in now. The final few scenes where that mostly involve Tim Allen standing out in the snow in the quiet, saying absolutely nothing. That was lovely. I really enjoyed that, and it looked alright.
Yeah, looked all Christmassy and shit.
Yeah,
there's a little tin in the Kranks kitchen that's green and it's labelled garden stuff. Yeah. That was very folksy. I like that. It was an interesting background detail that I found charming. That was quite fun watching it with my family. That was fun. I've not done that with an OGT before, and I'm unlikely to be able to get to again until we do another Christmas-themed one. But, I don't know. There is something to watching crap movies with your family at Christmas.
Aw, must be nice, having a family.
Yeah. Paul?
Why is Willem Dafoe in there?
Slowly falling in the background.
He gets around.
Go home, Willem Dafoe. It's time for your dinner.
No.
There any rustling treats here? No.
What do I hear over there? 2 streets over. That's it, Willem. Go.
Truffle out that rustling.
Truffle out that rustling.
Oh, God. I mean, that's it. So, did we get anything from the OG team in the last 2 hours?
I'm going to say no, but that's just my heart. And
it's not my head yet.
Yes, we do. Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
God, and
it's a Christmas miracle.
It's a fucking Christmas... The Contrarians at Contrarian Prime. You recommended this. Thanks.
Yeah.
I tagged them. That's how that works. I think I figured out Twitter. I figured out Twitter, everyone. Nice.
It's a Christmas miracle.
One good thing. Now, whenever we watch a bad movie, I can always finish the talk by asking, was it worse than Christmas with the Kranks? So far, the answer has always been no. So, that's good. Good for other films.
Well done, every other film.
Films like North and Saving Private Ryan. Both better than Christmas with the Kranks.
And movie 43.
Huh?
What was that?
Where did that come from? That's probably nothing.
Probably.
Right, thanks, OGT.
Thanks, OGT, Contrarians. All right, let's do our one better thing. And then we can do the Christmas song.
Great, the one we've all been looking forward to.
The one better thing.
My one better thing? Just the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Ah.
Yeah. The adaptation of Oliver Dickens' classic, A Christmas Carol. The classic tale of the joyless curmudgeon learning to spread joy and cheer on Christmas Day, but also the other days, and also without the horrible mob shame and the feeling that nothing good whatsoever came of it. It's funny. It's got Michael Caine in it. The message is on point because it was written by Charles Dickens.
He's on point.
Dickens shit is on point, yo.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
David Copperfield and shit.
Tale of two motherfucking cities up in here.
Terrors for days.
It's a far better thing that I'll do now than I've ever done before. Shit, yeah. Mic drop. So, get up, Mike. So, my one better thing. In terms of just the trappings of Christmas becoming suddenly sinister, it's all about rare exports, a Christmas Tale. A story in which a Scandinavian, are they Norwegian? Finland. They're Finnish. A Finnish family have unearthed near an archaeological dig site that has unearthed the real Santa Claus. But he is a vengeful, horrifying spirit. And local children have started disappearing. And there was sort of weird tropes. Like, I can't remember, doesn't it happen that, like, stockings start appearing? Or something like that. And sort of, it's all the sort of trappings of Christmas, but with the sinister angle that Santa is coming for you. Yeah, it's funny, but it's also quite scary.
Yeah.
And I think it's good for kids. It's rated R, but fuck it, show the kids.
I think it's character building.
Yeah, definitely. It's a spooky film. It's very funny, and I
mean, you can't smack him anymore, so
it's a festive favourite as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
and it has one of the funniest, best endings to any film ever. So you've got to check it out for that. That was the one better thing. The one better thing. Thank you for listening to One Good Thing.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone. If you want to get in touch and send us a merry tweetmas, just you can do that at OGTpod. Send us a message at Facebook.com/OGTpod. Send us an email at ogtpod@gmail.com. Leave us a review on iTunes. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Buy a better life on iTunes. iTunes. It's for better people.
Thanks, Apple.
Merry Christmas, Apple.
Well, I suppose we better do the Christmas song.
It's supposed to be better.
On the first day of Christmas, those poor boys gave to me a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the second day of Christmas, my poor boys gave to me 2 Michael Caines and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the third day of Christmas, those poor boys gave to me 3 buck fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, on the fourth day of Christmas, my poor boys gave to me 4 northern dads, 3 buck fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the fifth day of Christmas, those poor boys gave to me 5 Bruce Dern. 4 northern dads, 3 buck fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me, the poor boys gave to me 6 Zimmers Bombing, 5 Bruce Dern. 4 northern dads, 3 buck fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the 7th day of Christmas, those poor boys gave to me 7 Keanu's worrying 6 sex.
Oh,
Sex.
you did it.
Those poor boys gave to me a blowy. The 7 Keanu's worrying 6 Zimmers bombing, 5 Bruce Dern. 4 northern dads, 3 buck fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my poor boys gave to me 8 vampires whumping, 7 Keanu's worrying, 6 Zimmers bombing, 5 Bruce Dern. 4 northern dads, 3 butt fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the 9th day of Christmas, those poor boys gave to me 9 Yodas bluffing, 8 vampires whomping, 7 Keanu's worrying, 6 Zimmers bombing, 5 Bruce Dern. 4 northern dads, 3 buck fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the 10th day of Christmas, the poor boys gave to me and you 10 Torgos shuffling, 9 Yodas bluffing, 8 vampires vamping, 7 Keanu's woeing, 6 Zimmers bombing, 5 Bruce Dern. 4 northern dads, 3 bug fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
On the 11th day of Christmas, those poor boys gave to me, and everyone. 11 Nolan's knolling, 10 Togo shuffling, 9 Yoda's bluffing, 8 vampires whomping, 7 Keanu's whirring, 6 Zimmer's bombing, 5 Bruce Dern. 4 Northern Dads, 3 Buck Fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi. Alright. On the 12th day of Christmas, those poor boys gave to me 12 Benders bending, 11 Nolan's knolling, 10 Torgo shuffling, 9 Yoda's bluffing, 8 vampires whomping, 7
10 Torgo shuffling, 9 Yoda's bluffing, 8 vampires whomping, 7 Keanu's Bruce Dern, 5 Bruce Dern,
4 Northern Dads, 3 Buck Fucks, 2 Michael Caine, and a shit trip to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, went pretty well.
Little Ariana Grande on the end there.
Yeah. It's very 7 seconds, isn't it?
Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a very Merry Christmas and a festive holidays.
Yeah.
If that's your thing.
Same but double.
And a humanist New Year.
Yeah. And an inhumanist January the 2nd. Am I right?
Fuck yeah. You know it. You know Sodomy Tuesday. Do it.
Sodomical Tuesday. Get it all in there.
I'm Paul Sold.
I'm Paul Goodman.
And remember, the one good thing about Christmas with the Kranks is that once a year, you and yours, the people you hold dearest, can get together around a flaming Dan Aykroyd and just really come to terms with Tim Allen.